Hello, I'm John Hoffman, and I'm here to share a few memories of the Hoffman House, the new home of the Town of Gorham Historical Society. First, let me say a huge thank you to Beth Rasmussen and the entire Town of Gorham Historical Society, which has made this a reality, and to all the members of the community who have donated money, time, and great effort to make this happen. Thank you to everyone. I believe this will be a huge benefit for the entire community as we continue to keep the history of the Town of Gorham alive. I wanted to talk a little bit about what it was like to grow up in this house, what I saw, and what I can remember. I am currently sitting in what was my father's office, and before him was his father's office, my grandfather. My father, Roland Hoffman, was a realtor, and his father, John Hoffman, was also a realtor. And this right here served as their office. It is right inside the front door, and I can remember seeing so many people come through these doors as they were excited about buying a home, selling a home, talking to Dad about getting an appraisal for a home, or looking for a rental. And speaking of rentals, there are 2 rental apartments in this home upstairs. When I was a young child, there was actually a 3rd rental downstairs, but as I grew older, we needed to take that over, so my parents and I didn't have to sleep in the living room. So I can remember this room as just a great room of hearing about everybody's hopes and dreams for what they might have and their excitement of the future. This was also the room where my father and I would play catch with the baseball. Much to my mother's chagrin, a few times the baseball might have gone through one of these windows behind me. It's also where my father taught me how to play catch with a basketball, how to pass a basketball. I have many, many memories of this great room. And to my left is the kitchen, where I can remember my mom making many, many meals. She never said she was a great cook. In fact, she would always say, "I'm not good, but I do it." But she made the best meatloaf I ever had in my life. And to this day, I wish I had that darn recipe. But I'm sure I wouldn't be able to make it anywhere near as good as Mom did. And out on the front porch, I can also remember us sitting out on the front porch in the summertime and talking to all the people going by, or just sitting there shooting the breeze with each other, talking. Some people would come up and sit down and chat, and it was just a great place, a nice, huge, inviting porch to do that. And we would sit out there for the Memorial Day parades and the pageant of bands in particular. I can remember all those parades, sitting out on the front porch. It was just a wonderful, large, inviting porch. And for the parades, many relatives would be here. Many of my cousins can recall watching the parades from the front porch, and I can remember sitting there with them and watching. It was just a wonderful family gathering place. Upstairs, like I said, there's a couple of apartments. My mother has the distinction of being the only one to ever live in both apartments upstairs and downstairs. She moved here to Gorham to be a school teacher, and she needed a place to live, so she was living upstairs, and that's how my mother and father met. And she was able to live in both apartments upstairs and downstairs. And speaking also of the apartments upstairs, there have been many people in Gorham who have lived in the apartments upstairs, some short-term, some long-term. It's been really great to have them as kind of an extended part of the family. My dad was always, interested in people, would talk to them. They'd come into the office and talk. If they had a problem with paying rent a month, my dad was always said, well, don't worry about it. We'll get you caught up over time. So this was just a great place for me to learn so much of what I learned in life about people and business and friendships. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoy the Hoffman House and the Town of Gorham Historical Society Museum. All the best.